What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Jump. Today I want to talk about popular social media influencer and former YouTuber Young Pharoah. Most of you guys can remember him from his appearance on Sodnetter. Great many of YouTubers have come through Sodnetter, you know, Hassan Campbell, Brother Polite, Young Pharoah. And he's been doing this thing since that emergence from Sodnetter. I believe his first video he ever dropped on YouTube got like 100,000 views. And, outside of that, Young Pharoah has been able to get speaking engagements. You know, he's worked with like Cyrus Suit and SETI. He's been able to build a platform, I believe, a hip hop career. He's made a lot of money. And then, if Young Pharoah he's a celebrity as far as a social media celebrity. He gets a lot of support. He has a lot of haters too, but he does have a big fan base. And Young Pharoah was living a polygamous lifestyle. That's the kind of lifestyle that he wants to live. And he's recently broken up with at least one of the ladies in his life. I know he has 2 kids by 2 different women, but the problem seems to be that the lady initially agreed to deal with this relationship and then found herself not being so okay with it. And so this is where some of the problems lie, according to Young Pharoah. When he met her, she wasn't doing so well. He said he supported her in everything that he did, but no matter how successful he got, no matter all the provision that he provided her, he came back to the reality that he was dealing with the stereotypical African-American female attitude that he has seen since he was a little bit boy. Lack of accountability, always blaming black men for everything, according to Young Pharoah. And, to the point where he said he dealt with it for so long, but he didn't say anything. But even as a pro-black and a pan-African person, he believes that this is why a lot of black men deal with other races of women. Now, this comes as quite a shock because Young Pharoah, it's debated who came up with this first, him or Brother Polite or whoever else. But, Young Pharoah was really pushing this whole black woman is God narrative. And because of that, he got a lot of support from a lot of black women, okay? You could say Young Pharoah's content is opposite of that of the manosphere. He doesn't talk bad about, black men or black women, but what I believe is that Young Pharoah generally, although everybody makes mistakes, it's my opinion that Young Pharoah really does care about the black community, okay? And it's also my assertion that Young Pharoah probably still believes that black women ought to be respected, but he doesn't feel that they are without criticism. And in both videos that I saw, courtesy of Super Sly, who also has the Heavily Flawed Individual channel, I don't hear him saying anything different that the black manosphere is saying. However, I do see a myriad of African-American content creators coming for Young Pharoah's neck. And I think what Young Pharoah is doing is explaining what a lot of black men are doing, their experience dealing with black women in our community, okay? The good and the bad. And the reality is that what you're seeing with why so many sisters are so upset with him is how dare he tell the truth about what he's dealing with black women, what he's seen in his neighborhood coming from Buffalo, New York, what he's seen in his own home. He grew up without parents and stuff like that. What he's seen dating these different women. The realities of it is that Young Pharoah feels that no matter whatever I do, dealing with sisters, it's not enough. They're not going to be respectful. They're not going to follow anybody, all of this. Now, many of us can agree with Young Pharoah in a lot of this. He's a young man. I'm 40. I'm probably 12 years older than him. I know Brother George Macon is 44, which he's older than both of us. He could agree to a lot of this stuff. But the reality is that water seeks its own level. And I think that what happens with Young Pharoah is that although he's very successful on YouTube and social media, Young Pharoah is a brother that's from the hood, okay? And Young Pharoah has never been taught the good traits to select in women. A lot of us as black men have not been taught that, okay? What we know is, she's cool, She looked good, the sex is good, and all that stuff. But what we find out a lot of times that we're not on the same equal playing field. We're not compatible, and you try to make those things work, and then they don't work. So I think for him, it's a lack of life experience, and as he's getting older, he's finding that out. But the reality is, I thought that young Pharoah, in the videos that I saw, he was very respectful towards black women. Okay, I felt that he was very objective about the problems that black men have with sisters. And one of the things that he said was, black women need to stop trying, some black women at least, should stop trying to make black men always be the victim, as if, in relationship issues, y'all don't do anything. As if it's just all our fault. Why is it that, you can get away with anything and that's just the case? And I feel like there's a lot of truth to that. That's the reason why a lot of black men feel like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. If I do this, then, there's a problem. If I don't do this, there's also a problem, And I think that what he's saying relates to so many black men across age groups. And it don't matter. And young Pharoah's a successful guy. He got more money than me, I'm pretty sure. He's successful, young, got a lot of money, a lot of promise, a lot of women like him. He going through the same problems that a lot of black men that ain't got no money, okay? Black men who have a middle class. The reality is that, a lot of black men like young Pharoah love black women and want to be with them. I mean, I'm not saying that we don't have our problems because we do. But the reality is that our people are not trained to be together, okay? That's the reality. What is my role and what is her role? We don't know, okay? We just know about, it's a wedding. It looks good. No, but this is what I need to do, and this is what you should be doing. That's the problem. And a lot of young black people have not seen this, and young Pharoah is an example of this. Coming from a home, didn't have strong people in his life. There's a lot of accountability for him. Also, in one of the videos I saw, because he said, he got in a lot of trouble because of this person and that person and loyal to this person. Young Pharoah has also caused problems for himself too. So he's also unaccountable from what I can understand from the videos. Okay, that's the only one small gripe I would have with him. But that's the reality of not having a father. And when you come from these situations, and you have a man that's, that has a problem with a slight accountability issue, because he was accountable in the majority of things I've seen. And you have women who feel like they shouldn't be accountable for anything, and that black men are not worth being respected, some of them at least. You're going to get babies coming out of it with no stable relationships. Okay? And, this is what I think is happening. I think what young Pharoah's coming out party, if you will, to the manosphere red pill community, it's not even just that, it's just obvious. I think that what he's saying, everybody can talk about this. T.S. Johnson can talk about this. I can talk about this. The preachers have come onto my platform and said the same thing that young Pharoah's saying. There's nobody that has not come on and that has some form of iteration of what he's talking about. And the reality is there is a problem, and the more you say, well, the black woman is God, the black woman is this, she's that, what they're saying is, okay, so then we're perfect. We're without, faults. And that's the danger in saying that. Because now look at how they coming for him. They coming at him tough. And young Pharoah is finding out the hard way, bro, you cannot criticize black women. You're going to have a problem if you criticize them, because they're going to come for you. No matter how nice you try to put it, it's going to be a problem. So guys, what's your interpretation of all this? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. Check out the first company at the top. Check out the Black Perf t-shirts. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I am out.